Custom slipcovers. Let's talk about it. What is up, everybody? I hope you are all having a great Sunday. I just wanted to come on here just to talk about a passion of mine. You know me, like a lot of other physical media collectors, I gotta get me that damn slipcover. It's worth more than its weight in gold, especially for one of ones. You know, it's hard to come by. Sometimes here in Canada especially, it's either never coming like with the actual 4K. Like recently Paramount, for some reason, they're releasing a lot of their 4Ks without the slipcovers, and a lot of other companies, like I'm getting scared now because I'm reading a lot of things that Titanic won't come with a 4K slipcover. A lot of really coveted films not coming with 4K slipcovers here in Canada. And what am I going to do? Import them every single time I want to get them? Or like drive to Buffalo? No, that's not really feasible. So I make my own, and you've seen, if you're a viewer of the channel, I've been talking about it for a while now. I also mentioned that I used to make slipcovers like these on 80-pound cover glass. They're nice. They have a good structure to it, but they are a bit flimsy. So recently, not recently, but the past year, I upgraded to a thicker cardstock like this, where it holds its shape and it's damn near close to an actual slipcover. Again, it's cardstock, it's not actual cardboard, but it's damn close. So I just wanted to show you just some of the things I've been working on, because I'm really passionate about slipcovers and custom slipcovers and graphic designing all the logos and making sure it's all nice and it fits with the actual, you know, retail slips, and maybe sometimes changing the artwork. And again, sometimes I don't like the slipcover that it comes with, so I mix around and I find different artwork, and I like to mix it around and just have fun with it. Also, because I opened an Etsy shop, so if you're interested in any of these, they're all available on my Etsy shop. And what's cool is that sometimes the 4Ks don't even come with a slipcover, and then you feel like, should I even pick this? For me, sometimes I'm like, should I even pick this up? But I resolved that issue, specifically with The Kingsman, one of my favorite modern action films made by Matthew Vaughn. Absolutely loved it. Got the 4K for pretty cheap, no slipcover. The second one comes with a slipcover. How come the first one doesn't? So I had to rectify it and made my own custom slipcover. Of course, I put it in the cellophane just to make it nice and shiny, but I mean, they're already shiny. Yeah, it's just I found a poster on it, and I tried to replicate the Blu-ray cover as much as possible, because the Blu-ray cover and the 4K cover are the exact same. So that is why I did that. And then you go to the back. I found a few images on IMDb, screenshotted them, found this here, made the I found what's it called, the Ultra HD logo. Put the whole, you know, like ultra vivid, ultra clear, ultra HD, because this was like one of the earliest, like this was a pretty early 4K, right? 2014, so it came out in 2016, really early 20th Century Fox 4K. Kept the spine as it should be with the doggo, then you got the logo, and then you got the black ultra HD font. So I used to do a lot of just like plain artwork, but I'm finding it that I kind of like having that uniformity and having that with the whole logos and disc 1, disc 2, because before I would, even though I still like these, like where it's just artwork and then a little bit of banner, then obviously you have the spine, because this is also a 20th Century Fox release, or I guess Studios, but then the back it would just be artwork, kind of replicating like a steelbook, but for a slipcover. But I noticed I kind of like having that uniformity, and it kind of makes it feel real, like an actual release slipcover when it has the logos and the whole spiel about the disc 1, disc 2, the credits and that kind of stuff, even though they're a pain in the ass to make. Like I'm typing down every single thing, and it takes me like a few hours just to make one slipcover, but it's worth it. Like it turns out very clean, very like realistic and one-to-one. So that's what I've been fixated on, like hyper fixation on one-to-one slipcover releases. Sometimes I'm able to source people who scan them, or people who scan the backs, and I'm able to, you know, make it and fiddle around with it. But for the most part, it's me just going to Google, Blu-ray logo high quality, putting it on there, Ultra HD logo high quality, putting it on there, and it's a bit tedious, but they turn out great. Like I have here again one that's not as one-to-one, but it's pretty close to Fistful of Dollars. Now I heard this one out of print, someone requested it, so I made it. Couldn't find the exact artwork for it, but I found something close to it. Here I have actually the to compare it to. It's a bit more vibrant on the red, but it's pretty darn close, I'm not gonna lie. Here on the spines, if I can match them up properly. And the back I changed a bit. I didn't put too much of the wordage because I feel like if there's a bit too much wording, it gets a bit much. But it's basically as close as, you know, whatever. But yeah, so Fistful of Dollars. And obviously, The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, one of the hardest ones to come by. So, you know, I had to do it for the collection, so that is why I made my own custom slipcover. This was hard as shit to, for some reason, this specific artwork is super hard to come by. I had to find like a really old poster from like the Heritage Archive thing, and that's where I found this. Used a bit of AI to upscale it, but it turned out really well. And then here's the spine. Matched it, even had the different MGM logo, because some logos have like this where it's just MGM, and then some of them are with the lion logo, so that is why I did that. And in the back, I got a scan from there, from the internet. So it turned out fantastic. So no more buying from scammers, okay? I think it was like someone selling it for like $200. I'm like, fuck that. And then something more niche, Holy Spider came out. I picked it up on Blu-ray. Didn't come with the slipcover, so I had to make my own. There was a UK version of it, but it had all the like the logos and the age rating and that kind of stuff. I'm not really too of a fan of that, so I made my own with both of the theatrical artwork. Here I got the spine with it, and then the MVD logo, Blu-ray, and then I even have a little code on the bottom, just to be really anal about the, because that's why I'm really very picky on like the details that are within the actual slipcover. Unless it looks good and it doesn't ruin like the whole aesthetic of it, I will most likely have all of the info. Like here, I didn't really like the back, because if you look at the actual backing of it, it's really boring, and it's just like info. Like I haven't even opened this yet, but it's just like info and texts and a few screenshots, and it's kind of boring, and it strays away from that kind of Persian rug aesthetic, and it just goes into black. So that's why I kept the Persian rug aesthetic, and I found the spider poster, so that is why I did that. So I do deviate from the original intention of what it was going for, as long as it looks good and it tries to, like, I feel like this is a better of a back than, even though it doesn't have like the logos or the writing and the credits. And then like this one specifically, the Shining slipcover, really hard to come by. I was a fan of the original artwork, but I was, you know, I'm not gonna spend $40 to pick it up with the slipcovers. That's why I made my own with the OG artwork, the yellow artwork with the little gremlin alien type looking dude here. And then I keep that yellow with the Ultra HD logo, the Shining, the Axe, the Warner Bros. I talked about this already, but I just wanted to show it off because I do really like this slipcover. You get the lock. This is from that Room 20-something documentary, but it looks cool because it's like the lock hole, the keyhole, and then you got the grid for the maze or whatever. And then you got some other stuff here, some more one-to-one stuff. I got here Air Force One. I got a recommendation to do this one, so I did that. Air Force One. I had to play around because for some reason, Caucasian skin or white skin, when I print it on this high quality cardstock, they look really red. So I have to like desaturate it to where it looks normal. So yeah, there's the back. More one-to-one type styling than the spine. You got the Harrison Ford, the Columbia Pictures logo, Air Force One logo, and then you got the Ultra HD logo with the little code, because some of these 4Ks have codes on the bottom. Same with, should I take these out of the wrapper? I'll take these out of the wrapper actually, just to be nice with it. Then I got this one here. We got A Few Good Men, one of my favorite courtroom dramas. Absolutely love this movie. Sad I didn't get it with a slipcover, but yeah, here in Canada we have this really like clipper cases, all these eco-light clipper cases, so I have to overcompensate so that it fits. Absolutely, oh, lovely, 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 lovely. Then here we got the back. Found a few screenshots, chose the backing of like a scan from the insert, and it turned out beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Then I got a hard to come by Christopher Nolan 4K, and that is The Prestige on 4K. Made a one-to-one copy of the actual slipcover, so that is really, really cool. One of those burning holes in my collection was trying to, because I think I have every Christopher Nolan 4K, except for this new Oppenheimer that's coming out next week, I believe. And then it didn't have a 4K slipcover, so I'm like, you know what? looks pretty good. It looks like looks legit. So then we got a few other ones. Another 1:1 scale. I got here Glory on 4K, one of my favorite war films of all time. Did the exact 1:1 copy, except for the back. The back I found a scan of, so I used that. But it has the same 4K information, details, that kind of stuff. And I played around with the different images or whatever. And then this one is a complete remake. I wasn't a big fan. I was talking about Die Hard. I did, what's it called, remake the first time, this one. But I wanted to spice it up, make it look more like an actual 20th Century Fox 4K, and that is why I made this one. Die Hard 4K, used the same 4K Blu-ray digital HD, kept the spine the exact same with the thing, and then the 20th Century Fox Die Hard logo. Then you got the Ultra HD logo, and the back is also a recreation of the back, but a little different. My own little twist on it. Had some color photos. The original was like a black and white bluish thing, so I kind of like this a lot better. Has a different synopsis with the ultimate movie watching experience at home. So they used this photo of Bruce Willis, but it was in black and white with like a bluish tinge to it, so I decided to use the color version. And then Rosemary's Baby, was not a fan of that like pregnant silhouette where it turns into the monster, so kept it with the OG with the Rosemary's Baby, same artwork as the insert, but I just like the insert more better, so that's why I chose that. Kept the spine the exact same with the whole 2-disc set, Blu-ray, Ultra HD, Blu-ray, the Paramount logo, and then the back. I switched it up. I found this really cool artwork, so I wanted to do that. Turned it black and white, added the medallion, added the different images, and a different synopsis with a little cheeky little Roger Ebert quote here, because I love me some Roger Ebert. A film filled with things that go bump in the night. So yeah, I made this specifically in time for the spooky season, and it's November, so whatever. But it's nice to have it in the collection. Here in Canada, we never got a slipcover for it anyway, so if I wanted a slipcover, it was either I import it or I make my own, and I didn't even like the imported slip, so decided to make my own with that OG beautiful theatrical artwork. Another couple remakes I have here, I literally just made these. One is for the Suicide Squad. Loved this artwork a lot more. It really conveys the comedy action than the original one that we got. Kept that same color scheme throughout with the spine, the beige look, and then gave it a more comic booky feel. And I think it turned out really, really well. Again, nice thick cardstock, so quite similar to cardboard, but see, it holds its shape. There's a lot of oomphness to it. I don't know how to describe it, but yeah, the Suicide Squad. The colors turn out really vibrant. It has a nice gloss to it, but it's not sticky. I noticed for some papers, like Kino Lorber just released a kind of glossy slipcover with their 4Ks, and it's sticky. This one, not sticky at all, but it keeps a nice sheen to it to where the colors just absolutely pop. So that is why I chose that. There's a thicker material that it's matte, but it's matte. So I might actually try that. Because I get these all done at Office Depot, and they recently updated their paper. Now they have this is equals to about 100 pound cover gloss if you want to do these for yourself, which I am planning on doing a tutorial. I just my room's a mess and I'm trying to move situations. So yeah, so once I get that and I'm able to show like a huge POV, I'll be able to do that for you guys. But yeah, they have 130 pound paper, but it's not glossy, it's matte. So I might try a slipcover out and see how that turns out. But until the meantime, these are really good. Like this is what I was using for my personal collection because they're expensive to make. Like I'll be spending hundreds of dollars just to print out like a batch of orders, and it's insane. But I think it's worth it. I'm a big stickler for quality, so that is why I'm never gonna get rid of these thicker paper, even though it cuts a lot into my what's it called, earnings. But I personally love them. Another remake that I did, not remake, but another redo I did was for Alien. Apparently this was out of print. I saw the original, so I have the actual slipcover, but I wasn't a fan of that, and I like this kind of OG theatrical. I played around with it because the poster is really big, and this was like further down and further away from it, so I remade it to have this pop a little bit closer, have the Alien logo, and then have the 40th anniversary. I just Googled like a free sci-fi type font, and then that's what I used. Then I got the green banner. Here, the spine. The spine is a bit kind of like a remake, but I did change it with the green alien logo, and then I had the same 4K spine image, and then the 20th Century Fox, and then the Ultra HD. And I made sure to keep all of mine uniform with each other, so when you have them next to each other, they're close to what they're supposed to. All right, and another redo I did was for The Exorcist on 4K. Now this is from the UK release. I removed obviously the age gating. I'm not a fan of that Reagan picture. Like I hated it, so had to do one of my favorite films of all time justice with a nice ominous, even though they've used this artwork for like every single release, even the VHS release of it. It's the exact same image, but I like it better, and I don't like that Reagan thing. What's cool about this this new printer that I'm using is that the black levels look really deep and inky on the ink, so that looks really cool. Spine is the exact same with the Ultra HD, the Exorcist logo, Warner Bros. Logo, same with the back. So the only thing I changed from this was the front, which I guess it's not really changed because this is from the UK release, but it's better than the North American in my opinion. One that was hard to come by were some Scream Factory stuff. Either they sell out really quickly, they're out of print, or it's just that they never came out with it. So one that was out of print was The Thing on Blu-ray. Made this for myself for my own collection. Kept a 2-disc set, the picture of Kurt Russell, same with the Scream Factory Blu-ray logo, and then the little code on the back, and the back is the same. Turned out really well. It's a bit more contrasty compared to the original slipcover, but I like the way it turned out. It looks very vibrant, very nice and rich. So yeah, and then now here's a bunch of ones that never came with slipcovers for some god-known reason. They still want to charge us full price for the 4K, even though we're getting less stuff. Even though for some people they don't care about slipcovers, but for me it's like the little nice zhuzh, that little sprinkle of oregano that makes it nicer and makes it like a nice appeal to it. Starting off with a lot of people's love this movie. I wasn't the biggest fan of it, but maybe I'm just not into like millennial humor. Oh wow, okay boomer, that kind of stuff. I couldn't really watch this movie, but it was really highly anticipated for this 4K release. Then when it never came with a slipcover, a lot of people were disappointed. So your boy had to come with the 1-2 and make my own slipcover for it. Turned out really nicely, nice glossy 4K finish. Everything I made was from scratch, from the assets to this logo, cutting it in half. This was a pain in the ass to make. This took me hours to make, but it looks legit. Like all of these things I had to do, I guess. A 2-disc set, the Ultra HD, the Blu-ray disc. You got the girl, then you got the Freaky logo, and then you got Vince Vaughn, and you got the SDH logo, the Universal logo. I'm very meticulous with these things, so that's why I go super hard. I was gonna say I'll go anal for these, but like I go super hard for these. So I found these images on IMDb, took screenshots of them, made sure they format exactly to the way the Blu-ray case looked. I individually typed in all of these infos and I made the box and everything. So I think it turned out really, really cool. It looks legit, and I'm really excited to have this available. Another one is Skyline. Didn't really know much about this, but someone requested it, so I made that. I removed the collector's edition logo because the person didn't want it, but if anyone wants it, just let me know. And then here you got the spine, exact same thing, 2-disc set, Ultra HD, Blu-ray, Skyline, SDH, Universal, that kind of stuff. And then you got the back. I tried my best. I didn't like the layout of the original slipcover, so I tried my best to replicate it as much as I could. But that's basically what the back looks like. Very, very nice. And of course, I had to do Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. Fucking love this movie, and so disappointed it didn't come with the slipcover. I'm like, what the hell? It's like one of my favorite movies, so I had to do it. And then we got the spine. Less information on the spine than other ones because it is a Shout Select as opposed to a Scream Factory. But the same thing. The only thing I did change from this was I changed the images. I had a picture of George Carlin I wanted to use for this from the movie because he is credited on the movie and he's featured prevalently, but there was no images of him on the slipcover. Oh, I guess besides the on the moon. But yeah, so I decided to glorify him with the actual slipcover with the image. So yeah. And then I got a few more. Last Detail, another Shout Select, kept with the spine, so they all lined up too. So when you have it in your collection, it should be all hunky dory. Oh, 139, 140. So Boom, like that. I'm doing a terrible job lining them up, obviously, because I don't have it on my shelf like that, but they line up pretty well. But yeah, last detail. Really hard to come by this artwork. Had to do a bit of Photoshop magic from everything to come together, but I think it turned out really freaking well. I don't know why these boutique releases some of these don't post with the 4K slipcovers, and some do, and then the same price. But another Scream Factory, The Haunting. Love this movie. I did not know Liam Neeson and Owen Wilson was in this when I first decided to watch it, but it's cool. John DeBont film based on The Haunting of Hill House. Not my favorite of all the adaptations, but you know, it's a decent film. I enjoyed it. I freaking loved it. I watched it during Halloween times. Again, the same spine, have a 1-to-1 remake. These are basically my 1-to-1 remakes, because I know people are very picky, as well as I am. So to have this in my collection, make sure it's almost exactly the same thing. I'm pretty sure I did as much as I could to make it a 1-to-1 remake. Same with World War Z. Heard a lot of great things about this. I remember watching this in class, like in grade, when it first came out. I remember watching this in class, because for some reason, I don't know why, but I don't know if that's in America, but in Canadian school systems, the movie companies just give the schools like free movies that they're able to watch on their website. So World War Z apparently was one of them, and we watched it in class, and it was very fun, a very fun Halloween party. So here's a spine, the artwork, 3-disc set, all that kind of stuff. In the back, I did a 1-to-1 remake of the back, doing all these were a lot of late nights, me staying up till 4 o'clock in the morning to do these, but they're really worth it because they turn out so nice. So yeah, World War Z. And then I got a few requests, so I had to do it. I didn't know that this was as big of a movie as it was, because I was working at the theater at the time, and I saw a Groundhog Day movie, but horror, and that is Happy Death Day. Another movie another slipcover, I had to do some Photoshop magic to get it as high quality of an image, but I think it turned out really well. And yeah, you got the banner, the logos here on the spine. I had to do some trigonometry Photoshop magic, but I think it turned out really, really well. Here's the back. Again, an exact 1-to-1 remake of the, I guess, the jacket, the 4K like insert jacket. And I think these turned out really, really well. So Happy Death Day. And of course, you gotta get Happy Death Day, then you gotta get Happy Death Day to you. So again, another case of where I had to manipulate, because you couldn't get the exact artwork to be as high res. So I played around with the image, found different posters with the same image, but manipulated them. And I think they turned out really, really well. So I'm a bit proud of myself on that. Here you got the spine with the logos and the image, the Happy Death Day to you, and then the SDH and that kind of stuff. And then we have another 1-to-1 remake of the back, just because I'm very particular on slipcovers having as much information as possible, or at least having it, if I want it to be like a 1-to-1 remake, I'm going to go all out on it. I'm not going to half-ass it. I used to, but I've changed my ways and I've become a lot more professional with it. So yeah, that's basically it. I just wanted to come on here and just nerd out, because I'm really passionate about this stuff, and I thought maybe you guys would get a kick out of it. So yeah, especially because these slipcovers, these 4Ks never came with slipcovers. I'm like, what the fuck? That's messed up. That's messed up, guys. So I have to come in. Your boy Mockbuster had to come in and save the day. So anyways, yeah, so and they line up really well. So I made sure to use the same template that I made. I made a template for these, and I made sure to use them all, so that when you have them on your shelf, and even when you have them next to the actual slipcovers, they look pretty good too. So that's one of the issues that I was a bit scared about. Some of them aren't as accurate, like some of the Sony ones that I have and some of the Warner Bros. Ones I have, because I haven't really because it's like very meticulous, but they look good on the shelf. That's what I'm trying to say. But yeah, so that was today's video. I just wanted to talk about some of the things that I've been doing, that I've been busy with instead of making YouTube videos, and that is making slipcovers, because I love them and they're beautiful. And yeah, so if you want to check those out, you want a few for yourself, I have my Etsy page down in the description. You don't have to, you don't want to, you can just, I also post them on Instagram at Mockbuster on Instagram. So if you want to see me, I post about almost every day a new slipcover that I make or add to the collection, that kind of stuff, as well as my own movie pickups, that kind of stuff. So that was today's video. Hope you enjoyed it. Please make sure to like and subscribe. I'm Mitch from the Mock Poster YouTube channel. Please have yourself a good day, night, evening, afternoon, morning, whenever you're watching this. Please stay safe and God bless. Peace, cheers, law and physical media. See you guys.